Hello everyone and welcome to the Kiki London YouTube channel. My name is Amanda and in today's video we are going to be doing a vintage floral inspired design using some nail foils, as I feel like it's been a little while since we've done some foil art and I had this design in mind, so I thought I would give it a go and share it all with you. Now for my first two shades we're going to be using a True Nude, which is this really beautiful light creamy nude. It's kind of a bit like an off-white nude, and this is from the Hem Free range as well. So if you haven't checked out that range and you are looking for a Hem Free line, I would definitely recommend taking a look. And then we've got the beautiful Dusky Pink. Now I wanted to go for a spring look, and although this is more of an autumnal shade, I do feel as though you can make this work in a spring design, especially where we're still quite in the early part of the spring season. So I'm going to start off by coming in with one coat of both of these shades on all four of the nail tips that I'm using here, and obviously we're going to be doing nail art on top of these shades, so we want to make sure that we've got a nice base layer down before we start any of our nail art. So I'm going to do one thin coat of each shade to begin with. So we're going to be using the True Nude on what would be the little finger and the pointer finger, and the Dusky Pink on those two middle nails, keeping our layers of gel polish on the thin side because this is going to stop any wrinkling or curing issues. And when it does come to applying your gel polishes, a little bit goes a long way, so you don't need to be applying thick gloopy layers, as you will just have problems with it curing. Now you can see these two shades do look quite pigmented in one coat, but a lot more pigmentation and opacity comes through in that second coat, and again you don't need to apply that second coat thick either. We're curing each coat for 30 seconds in the Kiki London Deluxe LED lamp, which you see pictured. And as always, I will leave this linked in the description box below, as I use this for all of my nail designs. Now, if you was doing this set on yourself for a client, you would need to come in and do a base coat first of all. And any base coat would work with this set. There are several to choose from, including the Hem Free base coat as well. So do check those out if you are looking for a good base coat. My go-tos are always the rubber color bases, but under these designs where you are using a pigmented color and you don't need a color in your base coat, I would highly recommend checking out the clear rubber base as well. So here, as you can see, we're just coming in and applying that second coat of color, and especially with the True Nude you see a lot more of the true shade and a lot more of that opacity. I really loved how these two colors worked together as well. I haven't paired True Nude up with too many shades, and I really liked how it worked with the Dusky Pink. Now, as I mentioned, we are going to be applying foils in this design, so we're going to be doing two full coverage foils, but they are the floral foils, so they're not covering the entire nail. You are going to still see some of that Dusky Pink through the foil. However, we do need to make sure we're applying that foil gel to the entire nail to make sure that the floral foil is going to cover everywhere. Now, talking of the floral foils, these are them here. As you can see, there's lots of different florals and lots of different shades that these come in, and we're going to be using some of the blue ones today. So I picked out some spring florals. I'm not 100% sure what these flowers are, but they've got a very spring vibe to them. And I'm going to place this down to begin with directly on top of that cured foil gel. So when it comes to applying your foil gel, you want to apply a thin, even layer. So you want to make sure that there's no gaps in it, there's no unevenness, you're not applying it thick in one area and thin in others. I do like to make sure I'm also floating it on rather than dragging it. So make sure that there's enough on that brush that it's evenly coating the entire nail tip. If you do apply it too thickly, it will tend to wrinkle in the lamp. So that's why you want to keep it on the more thinner side, but then if you apply it too thin you might have trouble getting your foils to adhere. So it is about finding a right balance, and a nice even layer usually helps that, making sure that it's covering the entire nail and down those side walls. Then I did place down my foil, lined it up where I wanted it before it made contact with the nail, and then I give it a good rub with my thumb and fingers, and then I come in with a silicone tool and use that to ease out any creases. And then I would just be going backwards and forwards and making sure that I'm giving the foil a good rub and gently pulling up any areas to see how well that's transferring. If you are having any issues with it transferring, transferring, you just need to rub a little bit more. So you can see here it can be a little bit tricky on these little nail tip stands as they tend to make the tip go flying. So I'm just taking my time to make sure I'm giving that a really good rub, and then I'm going to pull it off once I make sure that it has fully adhered. And as you can see here, it looks a little bit patchy. You can see it might look like there's areas that have gone a little bit matte. Don't worry about this will even out once you top coat, but you can see that foil fully transferred. So we're going to do that again. So coming in, thin even layer, going over it a couple of times to make sure that you're spreading out that foil gel and it is fully coating the nail. Then we're going to pop that in to cure for 30 seconds. And then once that's cured, we're going to line up our foil. I like to start in the center and make good contact with the center of the foil and the center of the nail, give it a good rub, and then start working out from side to side depending on the length of the nail you're working on and the thickness of the nail. For example, if you've got a bit of a curve to the nail like these tips have, which you will find if you're building nails up with a builder gel or sculpting gel, or if you're doing foils over acrylics, you'll find that you've got that bump in the nail where you've created the apex, so you are going to get creases, but you can ease these out using the silicone tool. I do find the silicone tool best for this, but I do like to use the combination of my thumb as well, because the warmth from your thumb helps make that foil adhere as well. Then we're slowly peeling this one back just to show you guys a little bit better how they peel off. So I'm slowly peeling it back, and then I'm checking any areas where that foil has been a little bit stubborn. I can go back in, lay the foil back down and give it another rub. And as you can see, we've got really good coverage as well. And I really love the Kiki London foils because they are so vibrant. The colors, like, we're not working over a light shade base here, we're working over a more darker muted tone, yet those foils still pop. Now I did have a little patch at the bottom where that foil didn't fully transfer, so I'm just going to come back in and press that down, and you're able to match up the little area that's missing and get that transferred. And as you can see now, we've pretty much got, I'd say, 99 to 100% coverage with those foils. Now I love taking my foils up a level by adding a little bit of nail art, but before I add my nail art, I will come in and seal those foils in. So I'm going to come in with a layer of the No Wipe rubber top coat both of those foil nails to make sure that foil is fully sealed in, fully encapsulated, so that when we do our nail art on top, if we make any mistakes and we need to rub that nail art off with some alcohol, we can rub that off without removing our foil. And that goes for whatever nail art you're doing on top, whether you're adding decals, glitter, stamping. Today we're going to be doing a little bit of hand painted nail art. Now this is what they look like if you wanted to just leave them like this. They look absolutely beautiful alone, but I did want to create this vintage kind of like old inspired design. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over and buff the surface of that No Wipe rubber top coat just to simply remove the shine, because I'm going to be hand painting. If you don't want to do this step, you can matte top coat, which is something I do quite a lot as well, but to save on product you can just simply glossy top coat instead and then buff your top coat so it's not glossy anymore. Then we're going to be using the Kiki London metallic gold paint to paint on a few little details, and to do this I'm going to be using the stripe liner brush. So this is a really nice thin brush. It's my go-to brush for any kind of nail art. So I'm starting off by giving that metallic paint a stir just with the brush, just to make sure all the pigments combine. And then I wanted to go for this vintage look like I mentioned, and I feel as though the metallic gold works perfect for any kind of vintage nail design. It's got a very vintage vibe to it, and one of the designs I wanted to do was frame the nail, but rather than going around in a super neat frame, I want to go around in this like bumpy effect. So I'm literally coming around and just making sure I'm covering the full edge of the nail, but then ever so slightly going in certain areas to create this bumpy old kind of like torn paper look, which I thought looked really fun for this design. Any areas where there's a little bit more pink, I don't want to cover up too much of the foil, so any areas where there's a little gap where you're seeing a bit more of the dusky pink, that's where I'm making those little squiggly waves a little bit thicker. And then just come in along the edge, making sure that that metallic gel paint has got right around the edges, so that you're not going to see the very tip of the nail, if that makes sense, because we don't want there to be the image and then the gold paint and then the tip of the nail. So I'm trying to make sure that I'm getting right along those edges. Now this paint, the metallic paints are super highly pigmented, so a little bit goes a very long way. So I do lately like to just work with them straight out of the pot rather than decanting them on to my palette, because I find I get a lot of waste with them if I do it that way, because you really do only need a little bit. They are very highly pigmented, so you definitely only need to use them in one coat. Now I'm going to put that one aside, and on this one I wanted to do something different. Still, I wanted to go for that kind of vintage torn paper effect, kind of, I can't think of the word, but is it decoupage art? That was kind of what I had in mind. So on this one, rather than going around the edges of the nail, I'm picking out segments of the foil and I'm going around edges of the florals, and this was my favorite one out of the two. I really liked how this took the design up a level, and this is something I love doing with foils. Foils are quite advanced in my opinion on their own, because they can be quite tricky to master, but you can always take them up even more further and make them look like even more advanced nail art by simply adding a little bit of something else to them, whether that be a little bit of glitter, stamping over the top of them, or hand painting like this. It just adds something different, especially when it's something sparkly or metallic, because that tone or texture isn't in the foil, so it's adding another layer of dimension. I really liked how it looked over this one. So now that I'd done both of those, I popped those in to cure, and this was what the result looked like. Now at the moment the foils look quite matte where we buffed the surface, but further along in the video we will come in and top coat these and the design does come to life a little bit more. But for now we're going to work on the other two nails to tie in an entire set. So here I have the beautiful blue Serenity, and I felt as though this is a little bit more of a spring shade, but it helped tie the blue from the florals and the dusky pinks together as well, and it worked beautifully against that true nude as well. Now because the middle two nails have quite heavy nail art in them, I wanted to create like a frame for that and keep the nail art on these two nails quite simple. So my go-to for when I'm doing that kind of design is swooshes across either the tip or the cuticle. So we're going to do that on both. On this one, on the first one I went across the tip, and on this one we're just going to go from the cuticle area using that stripe liner brush, dragging it effortlessly across the nail to create a nice neat swoosh, and then we're going to fill in that section with the blue Serenity. Again, I'm going to do this in two coats, because although it's again a very creamy pigmented shade, I don't want to work with it too thick, but I do want the colour to pop, especially on that nude base. So we're going to keep it nice and thin, do it in one coat, cure that coat for 30 seconds, and then we're going to come in and do it a second coat, starting off again with the stripe liner brush to get that nice neat swoosh across the nail, and then I'm going to colour in with the bottle brush. If I was doing this on myself and I was working this close to the cuticle area, I would colour in the entire segment with the stripe liner brush rather than coming in with the bottle brush. But because we're working on press on nails, it's a little bit easier to come in with the bottle brush. I did make a little bit of a mistake going over with my stripe liner brush. I got a little bit shaky and our swoosh wasn't looking super neat, so I did clean that up with a little bit of alcohol on the angled nail art brush, which the angled nail art brush is probably my go-to for cleaning up with, because it's got that brilliant angled shape to it, but it's quite stiff with the bristles, so I find it really great for cleaning up without going in to the gel polish too much, so you're able to recreate that neat line that you was originally creating with your stripe liner brush. So once I'd done that second coat on both those nails, we popped this in to cure for 30 seconds, and then once again I want to add on a little bit of hand painted nail art to this design. Usually I would matte top coat and then do my hand painting, but I thought I would stick with the same technique that we did on the two foil nails. So I'm going to come in and apply a layer of the rubber top coat and then buff this. This is great if you don't have a matte top coat in your kit, or if you're running low on matte or anything like that. And I also find this good as well because the rubber top coat is that a little bit thicker, so it's great for encapsulating in your nail art, especially when you're working with foils and glitters where you want to really seal them in. So by rubber top coating and then buffing, you get the strength and the thickness from the rubber top coat, and then you can buff and you're going to get the matte surface that the matte top coat would give you. And I do always personally find it a hell of a lot easier to hand paint over a matte surface. So I'm just coming in using the 180 grit side of the buffer, doing this very, very gently. You don't want to be kind of like digging into that top coat. You literally want to just be removing the shine, making sure to dust away all of that dust. And then I'm going to come back in with that gold metallic nail art paint and just paint on a little leaf connecting or going between the blue Serenity and the true Nude. So I'm starting off with a really simple line, and here is where you can really see the pigmentation of these gold metallic paints. Now these metallic paints do come in 3 colors. There is a silver and a rose shade as well. I felt as though the gold give off the most vintage vibe, so that was why we reached for this one today. But all of the shades work really well all year round, so if you haven't checked them out, I highly recommend taking a look. I am by no means a pro when it comes to hand painted nail art, but these do make it really easy because of how highly pigmented they are. You don't have to worry about coming in and having to do a second coat and perfecting your image for a second time, and because a little bit goes a long way, you really don't need a lot on your brush either. I kind of tend to just dip into the pot and then just use the edge of the pot to roll off some of that excess, and then I'll use that excess if I need to go in and out with a little bit more paint. Once I had finished that design, I did pop that in to cure for 30 seconds, and then I did similar on the other nail but kept it a little bit more simple, just with a swoosh and some flicks coming out, so it still kind of looked like grass, greenery, that kind of thing. And we're then ready to come in and top coat. So I'm going to top coat all of the nails using the no wipe top coat instead of the no wipe rubber top coat, because we have effectively already sealed in a lot of the design on this set when we've been using the rubber top coat before buffing. So we don't want to add any thickness to the nail, and we don't need to add any more strength. So I'm just going to come in with the regular no wipe top coat, and this one gives off such a beautiful shine. It really brings those foils back to life and help the metallic golds pop even more. So I'm just going to apply a thin coat of this to all of the nails, and then we're going to pop these in for a final cure, and we're then ready to take a look at the finished result. Now these turned out exactly how I pictured in my head, which is very, very rare, but I loved the vibe they gave off. So if you haven't already checked out the Floral Mix Foils, I highly recommend them. They are so popular for spring and summer, even into autumn as well, so you will get a lot of use out of them. As always, I will leave all of the products I've used linked in the description box below. If you did enjoy today's video, please do give it a thumbs up, leave us a comment below, and hit that subscription button if you haven't already. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. Happy Friday. Lots of love. Take care. Bye bye.